I would love to be the best chef, a female chef of the world, you know? Like, I would love a Forbes, um, I would love a lot. You know, it's this little idea, it's this little casita, but why can't we get those things? And I believe so much in our cuisine and what it is that we do here and in our culture. I want people to see the vision that I have for it. And when you walk through the doors or when you leave, you feel like, wow, it was like I was at my best friend's house and I got like the best dinner, or grandma just served me like a plate of food and it brought me back to like a childhood memory. I'm Danielle Duran-Zecca, and I'm the chef and owner of Amiga Amore. When I began the pop-up, it was actually not the cool thing to be doing. So I wasn't really welcomed with open arms into bars or backyards or wherever people are popping up now. And then COVID happened, and then we turned into, you know, just cooking out of our homes like everybody else did. And I just would, you know, post a menu, and then you would drive up and I would put it in your trunk, and it was fun to pop up. And don't get me wrong, it's where we all, like, how it all started, but it was getting tiresome, like 6 years of picking up a kitchen and putting it somewhere and then cleaning it all up. And I mean, I wanted it to be a neighborhood spot for sure. I wanted locals to be able to walk here and just like get the meal like, you know, grandma made, or, you know, just like a warm hug, or like, you know, just like that sort of vibe. I actually really wanted it small. I wanted it to feel like you were in my house and I was serving you like whatever I wanted to serve you that night. And so I was walking, and I walked past this location, had a for rent sign. I immediately called my husband and was like, this is it. It's also in the old neighborhood that I grew up in. So it just felt like this was my home. This was my casita. Me and my husband, I mean, that's how our journey began, was him hiring me as the chef of his restaurant in New York City. And so we knew that was like always in us. And at that point, yeah, it was like, what's my voice in LA? Because now I'm the kid coming back to the food scene. It was like, ugh, I can't do what I just was taught. I have to do something that's unique. And what is me? And my husband, moving back to LA, quickly realized that he wasn't like a huge fan of Mexican food, which like kind of broke my heart. And I was like, we need to figure this out, or, you know, we're gonna get like divorced. Like, we cannot do this. Like, I need my food and you need yours, but we need to also be able to have dinner together at a place. I mean, every single day he eats either pasta or pizza. He is like a carb. That is how he runs. And so I think that's when the kind of like light bulb went off, and was like, how do I integrate these two things? I definitely want people to feel like you are having a little like Mexican food. So if anybody ever were to say like, oh, the menu steers really towards Italian, I'm like, okay, then we need to hone it back to really getting those flavors that I was, you know, brought up with. But as I move forward, it's really about showcasing Mexico and showcasing things maybe that they haven't seen here yet. But I think as people come here and they see what it is that we're doing, and it's not a gimmick, I'm not putting spaghetti in a tortilla and calling it a day. I am really trying to be creative and unique, but also freshest ingredients, the highest quality of everything that I can possibly do. And if I can make it, it will be made in-house.
Coming in a minute, that is table 9, okay?
Sure.
Angel, let's do it if it has.
I created a dish that was maybe something a little bit more Mexican, but also something that was very much California, with the flavors. And I think this dish really came about because, one, I love seafood. I love sashimi and raw, and being able to make, you know, carpaccio or ceviche. And aguachile for me was something that I grew up eating. Agua chile is literally translated into spicy water, and it was simple. The first thing of the elote was, like I said, my husband, he didn't like corn, and corn is Mexico. Corn is what we live and breathe. It's what is our tortillas, our tamales. Like, it's it's everything. It's the elote. So it was the most humble dish in my mind. That was Mexico. And how do I translate that into pasta? Each thing is really packed on each agnolote. It's like I make sure every single one gets finger lime. So when you have it, like that burst of lime goes in. The tajin, it has to be a touch spicier than regular, so you get that heat, and then the cheese is like what cools it off. The corn is sweet. We get it from the farmer's market, so it's like this beautiful balance of spicy, cool, sweet chile. I think a menu has to have balance. It cannot be so much of one thing or that, and it has to have a flow.
Like around 11.
11.
So definitely been in the industry long enough that things weren't always the easiest, but it gave me really thick skin. Yeah, it was tough being a female also and being Mexican. A lot of kitchens thought, I belonged at the dish pit or I should just prep. And so it really made me want it more. I think it was like the drive that pushed me to be like, why can't I be the head chef? Why can't I be the one calling the ticket? Why can't I be the one finishing that dish? I'm just as good as they are. And now, having my own restaurant, I want to lead, but I want to lead by example, and I want to guide you. I don't want to yell at you in return so that you can fix that problem yourself. I think a lot of the time before, they didn't want to do that. Nobody wanted to share their knowledge. They just wanted you to either struggle, quit, or struggle until you made it. And I think that our concept is, it's us. Like you said, it's unique. It's me and my husband, and it's me on a plate, and I'm the most vulnerable when the plate goes out. And I think the people that come here and that work for me begin to be my family. I'm open to the struggle, and I'm open to them knowing, this is my everything, this is my all. And I think it really translates to the staff because I'm not a chef that doesn't come into work. I'm the chef that is right next to you sauteing that pasta. I'm the chef that is hands-on, that is showing you how to slice the steak so it's like properly done. I learned that I don't give up. I learned that I don't take no for an answer. I take it as an opportunity. I learned that I'm a pretty good leader. Success for Amiga Amore, I don't really know. I feel like it's what we're doing. I feel like every single day that I see somebody grab that little piece of paper and want to write something to the kitchen, and it says, it's one of the best meals that I had. The note that's are in Spanish that say, this made me feel like my grandmother's elote in pasta, and I close my eyes, and it's I think it's those little things for me that make me feel like we are succeeding in what it is that we do. I don't think that there's like this aha, we made it. Like, when these tables speak to me and when I read those notes at the end of the night and I sit there and I'm all the guys are cleaning and I notice a new one and it says the elote changed my life. It's like, okay, I did it today.